I'm Melissa Green, and I have been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, stage 3. I never felt a pang of fear. I never felt that kick in the gut. It was almost like something that I was part of my lesson, part of my life, part of the natural unfolding of what was coming. And I thank God for that, because I didn't feel the fear. And I still haven't, which is fortunate. But non-Hodgkin's is an environmental cancer. It strikes young people, usually before 20, 25, and it's very aggressive. And theirs is related to some other factors. But in my age group, which is 60 and over, they determined that it is caused by exposure to certain chemicals like benzene, which is a byproduct of, say, oil or an oil spill. And also, from DDT, we outlawed that years ago. And so those things evidently build up in your lymphatic system, and then it weakens it over time. And once your lymphatic system is compromised, that means your immunity is compromised. And then it's like turning a switch, and then just literally overnight, that lump came up, and within 4 weeks, it had metastasized throughout my lymphatic system into 3 areas. So therefore, I have a stage 3 diagnosis. So under my armpits and in the lower region, and then also in my neck. It's a very aggressive cancer, so you have to attack it aggressively. As I began my research, I learned that non-Hodgkin's lymphoma is a non-inherited cancer. It has an environmental cause. So as I, would go on to Medscape, different sites like this that was really set up maybe for more clinician doctors, and I started to kind of delve into some of the terminology and read about it more, it started to make me angry and away and want to become more of an activist, I guess you would say, about what's happening in our environment. Here in Mobile, we have a beautiful environment that we've been gifted. And I grew up here since I was 3 years old. And I love this city, and I think it's so beautiful, and it has so much potential. But we stand right now on a precipice that we could destroy it all, because if the human factor isn't well and vibrant, who's going to want to stay here? Who's going to be here? Who's going to come here? And so as I delved deeply into it and realized that these causes could be avoided, I just want to have a forum just to tell you about what my cancer is and how it has affected me. Non-Hodgkin lymphoma is caused by toxins in the environment from the petroleum industry, solvents and organic chemicals, wood preservatives, pesticides, and herbicides. So when I think about the people, the human factor, that's really where I'm coming from right now as to how it affects your life. And I will give you a statistic about my cancer. It has a 50% cure rate. That's not really very high. It has an 80% remission rate. And people with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma will go into a remission, but they kind of have to look over their shoulder all of their life. And what I want to say to all of our people who are in charge of making these huge decisions about our future is that, while we're protecting nature and while we're trying to protect and grow the city, and as we want more economic means to come our way, we do need to take into that quality of life, and that we're giving a quality of life to our people, that we have vibrant people and healthy people, and not become a place where you go to die or get sick. Because when you look at the city, you want to see people out on the streets, people who are healthy, people who are full of well-being, because they're going to be good producers in the workforce too. So it all ties together, and I guess I just want to say, can we remember the human factor as we go forward with our growth? before I had read books and people would say cancer is a gift. And I think, what? How can that be a gift? And yet I know it is a gift because, again, there was no fear attached to my diagnosis. I never felt that kick in the gut. And the gift is this. The gift is I have been given a voice to be able to come forward and talk to you and tell you about it and tell you there's time. There's time to change the course that we're on, that we don't have to stay in a world where we continuously bow down to the dollar as a means of, supporting our economy. We have to take the whole picture in of the people as well. So with cancer being a gift to me, it has given me that kind of a forum and that kind of credibility to speak to you and say, we can change things, and we must. We really must. My Facebook page is LoveStrong, Melissa's Cancer Fight, and it's an open group, and anyone may join.